It's Black Friday and everything is dropping in prices. And we're not talking about the hottest deals at Best Buy. We're talking about the stock market. We're talking about cryptocurrency. Everything down big today. What is going on? Breaking it down right here in this video. So make sure you guys stay tuned. I don't know how it happened. It came back just for Black Friday. I literally do not know how this is so conveniently happening on the day after Thanksgiving, which the stock market was closed yesterday. And now today, the overall stock market is getting crushed on the news of a new COVID variant. You can see here news this morning that a new COVID variant found in South Africa triggered a global shift away from risk assets. And already some of the fallout with the UK suspending flights from Africa, from 6 African countries due to the variant. Pretty amazing to see how perfectly this all kind of worked out. And when I say it's convenient, I'm talking about how the news this morning, how it just came out in America all of a sudden, like, wow, the news of a new variant, and it's all just so perfect. The stock market's open today, and it's Friday. It's the day after Thanksgiving. Now everyone's back to work. And well, the overall market is just getting hammered here with that news of the COVID variant. But I don't know about you guys, when I see red, I see deals. Today, the SPY down in the 460 area, huge gap down this morning. You see on Wednesday, we closed at the 468 area. Today, down there to the 460 right now, kind of finding a little bit of support there off of that level down there at the 460 right now, trying to bounce back up here. I think a lot of this is going to be overreaction. Obviously, this is not financial advice, but I would say that a lot of this move or a lot of this sell-off, this fear is a overreaction to the news. People freaking out about this new Delta variant or whatever variant it is. You know, we've already seen multiple variants come and go. And personally, I just don't believe that this whole COVID deal is enough to really stop the world from moving. Still, you know, looking here at the SPY, I would be looking at 470 or higher for those calls. If we get a push up here, let's get above 468 again. We rally towards the end of the year. We've already seen this happen before. We get news come out about a COVID variant or whatever it is. We get news come out, the market overreacts, and then the next few days we get a huge rally in the market and we get another big push up. So I'm still looking very heavily at those 470 plus calls, expecting the market to close at the $500 level at the end of December, the Santa Claus rally. We're right there getting ready for December, getting ready for the end of the year. Now, we have seen some issues in the overall retail space, but we've already expected that as well. Like if you look here at the retailer Gap, they had their numbers that came out on, I believe, Wednesday. They had a huge gap down. The market today still selling off. And, you know, it's retail, it's clothes. And we all know that the trends are changing. People aren't buying clothes from Gap anymore. This is not an overall sentiment of the actual market, but more an overall sentiment of people and what they're buying and what they're selling and how they're buying it. And really, I think people are out buying deals. They're buying, you know, different types of clothing brands. They're buying clothes online. They're not going out to retail stores and buying clothes today anymore. At least that's the way I look at it. I have been shopping recently in Florida, and I saw a lot of people shopping. But again, you know, these were stores like Nike and Adidas and big name brands that really have a big following. And especially during the holidays, these stores will be booming. If we look at the overall tech sector, we look at TQQ. This is a 2x ETF of the overall tech market. And if you look at this right now, we didn't really get a huge sell-off in tech. And I think that's a good indicator to see kind of that this overall sell-off that we're seeing in other parts of the market really is based on, number one, a overreaction to the COVID variant, and then people just being, you know, fearful or being scared at this point. But you can see TQQ still holding this 164 level. I like TQQ. I'm looking at this opportunity as well for another big move in the overall tech space. Buying here off of this 160 level, looking for a move up to $200 by the end of 2021 going into 2022. Again, this is not financial advice. So I want to make that very clear. I'm just letting you guys know what I'm looking at and what I'm thinking overall in terms of sentiment and investments here. And I think TQQ is definitely one of those stocks, an ETF or an ETN here, that you're going to be looking at if you're looking to gain exposure from the overall technology market, tech market, you know, Facebook, Amazon, these big tech plays in the market. And right now, TQQ getting a nice little pullback there. They had a recent high on TQQ up there at the almost, what was it, 183 area. and a nice little pullback down there to the 164. So I see this as a very good buying opportunity to kind of ride this momentum in towards the end of the year, because you can see since October, the middle of October, we've just been going higher and higher and higher up there to the 185 area. If you zoom out here and look at the bigger picture, every dip on this has been bought up, and then it's rallied even higher from there. So again, I'm seeing buying opportunities in the tech market right now. And then we look at airlines here. Delta down 10% today on this news with the COVID deal. And well, look at this right now. It's just in free fall mode. But I'm telling you guys right now, I'm seeing opportunity here for a couple of different reasons. I just flew back from Hawaii, or I flew back from Florida to Hawaii. So I flew from Hawaii to Florida and then back. Every single flight that I was on was fully booked. Every single seat on that plane was fully booked. I'm talking first class. I'm talking every single seat was fully booked. And people are traveling. People are getting around now. People are starting to book flights and fly around the world. And I still see Delta as a very strong overall airline in the bigger picture, especially right now for this dip buy here. You can see we've had some, rocky roads the last few months. I think a lot of that, again, comes to fear and the overall deal with COVID and vice versa. But if we go back before COVID ever happened and no one ever knew what COVID was, you can see Delta was trading, at that $60 level for quite some time. If it maybe pulls back, maybe a little bit lower, this $30 level could be really, really good to be buying airline stocks, looking at airline stocks. But I think Delta's a company that's always going to have that brand awareness. It's going to have the overall quality for people flying and all of those things that people look for when they book their plane tickets. So definitely keeping an eye on Delta as well. And then that same fear that's affecting the overall market is trickling into cryptocurrency as well. Today, you can see Solana down near the 192 area. It dipped already to a low of $182. And guess who's been buying the dip all morning long? Let's go, baby. You know how I do. And if you see here, Bitcoin also selling off. So it's not just, Solana. It's not just a couple different stocks. It's an overall market thing. People having fear of this causing a bigger move, a bigger crash in the market because of the COVID deal and all that. So right now, Bitcoin down there to the $54,000 level, 54,300. I think it already dipped down to a low so far of 53,353. So most of the market is starting to bounce back, finding a bottom here. People are starting to think, okay, maybe this was an overreaction. Maybe we should, slow down on selling everything we own just yet, because there might be opportunity to be buying. And I think this is a really good opportunity because it kind of lines up perfectly as well with this overall trend. So we do, there is a possibility of pullback, maybe down here to the $50,000 level. But I think really anywhere in this point here, anywhere in this area, you're getting a good opportunity to be buying the dip here. And again, this is not financial advice. This is just what I'm kind of seeing and what I'm looking to do today, buying the dip. So Bitcoin, definitely something to be looking at. Solana, definitely being something to want to look at. And I think this one right here, CRO, crypto.com coin, is just something you cannot deny as a good opportunity, especially already. This thing has already ripped back up from that 64 cent area. And you can see recently I had a high of up there at 98 cents. So on this pullback right now, we're down almost 35% here on this pullback from the highs on CRO. So I think that's a really good buying opportunity, because if you buy, let's say you buy here at 70 cents now, and then you get this push up, you're getting a 40% move just to the all-time high. And then if we push up, if we go even higher from there, let's say we push up to the $1.20, $1.10 area off of this level right here, you're getting a 50% move, the 60% move from that point. So if you were buying the dip on CRO this morning off of this low and you just push back to all-time highs, you're getting almost a 50% move. So I definitely think that CRO is at a good point to be buying as well. I'm still very bullish. I'm very bullish on everything that I've already talked about, with the Metaverse and all of those things, but definitely looking at crypto.com as something to be buying more of and then staking and all that. I talked about this Metaverse play as well just a couple weeks ago here, talking about how to get rich in the Metaverse. And you can see Sandbox, this token has just absolutely went nuts. They had news about Adidas working with them. They went from basically back in November, going from that 250 area up to a high of almost $8.50. Yeah, $8.50. So since I talked about this, it went up almost 250%. We're getting a nice little pullback right now from those highs from that 850 level, pulling back down here to the 650. So you get about a 25-30% pullback today, the overall market affecting pretty much everything. But I'm definitely looking here at Sandbox. And like I said, pretty much everything that I've been bullish on for the last few months, I'm still very bullish on those things. and I'll be looking to buy the dip. And I think that's pretty much a good opportunity for anyone to be buying the dip today. When these overreactions hit the market, when you have news or fear kind of getting into the market, I look at it as an opportunity to be buying these stocks, to be buying the cryptocurrencies that I've already been bullish on for the last few months. Maybe I wasn't able to buy the best amount, or maybe I've been waiting for a pullback. So I think this is a really good buying opportunity for anyone out there who's looking to get in on crypto, or looking to get in on a stock that you've already been watching for the last few months, and you've been like, man, I just can't get the dip here. Well, today is the dip. Buy the dip. Let's get ready for the next rip. If you guys haven't already, do me one big favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, all the buttons down below. I'll talk to you guys later on.